Alright, well, I dragged my butt out of bed this morning to go do a workout, went to the grocery store, bought some groceries that I just barely could afford with the cash I had on hand. Two, what was it? Two half-gallon cartons of milk. One was on sale. Um, I think it was like maybe a pound and a half of ground beef, a small container of oatmeal, and a bag of rice. That all cost $25. But of course, I went to Whole Foods, so that's probably why. Um, there's three grocery stores around the same area because I live here on Miami Beach, and Publix is not cheap. It's about as expensive as Whole Foods, or if it's a little bit cheaper, the food is a lot worse. Um, but there is Trader Joe's. I've never been there. I should try. All right, let me shut up and get to it because I mean I've just signed on and there's already a bunch of things I need to do for work. So here's something that's interesting. Um, I was under the impression yesterday that the long that I took was bouncing off of the bull flag because that's the bull flag I had. I'm pretty sure I drew my bull flag as per Adam Mancini's newsletter from last week, but apparently I didn't do it. Apparently it's different, and I had to readjust the bull flag. So let's look at ES first, and let's look at it here on TradingView. Initially, the bull flag I had came down like this. All right, and this was the breakout, and it retested here. That's my point of view. Let me draw it really quick. That's the bull flag that I had right here. You see it? And you know what? I'm putting this back. I'm putting it back. But no, first let me do the bull flag that Adam Mancini is saying. Now he changed it to this, and I don't know. So okay, that's fine. But I'm going to put back the one I had before because I was feeling kind of silly thinking that I'm here being this professional trader doing his trend lines and multiple confluences, blah 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 blah, and turns out I'm I I was using the wrong bull flag. So unless he adjusted the original one to a different one, I don't know. But I'm gonna put this one back. This was the bull flag I was using initially, right? But this is the bull flag that he's using, even though it's this purple is just annoyingly vague. I don't know. Nothing stands out. None of these colors stand out. Anyways, so that's ES. I know it looks like a mess. And oh, also what's frustrating is yesterday, the bull flag was retested. At least my bull flag was retested here, and it was towards the end of the market. And I remember I was talking about how you could have taken this long and made a little bit of money. However, as it turns out, if you took this as a swing trade, this would be a good trade because as you can see here on SPY, if I can quickly get to this, I need to hurry. Um, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put back the original bull flag that I had. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Sorry, OCD's kicking in. Okay. Um, it did a retest of the bull flag, and if you had taken this long with the swing right here, it's gone from 410, and if this continues to go up before the market opens, as of right now, you've got a 4 point increase, which is pretty good. That is pretty good. So, all right, what's the plan? Let's talk about the plan. Oh my God, I hate when I do this. It's this one. Okay, let's move this out of the way and let's talk about the plan. I thankfully, hold on. I want to, I want ES. I mean, I want the VIX on here as well. Yes, let's take a big look at the VIX first of all. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Because I just want to start getting to this work, because if not, I'm going to be distracted with this work the whole time I'm trading. Oh, is this? Nah, let's look at this in a daily and see. I don't know. I don't know what if this is something significant. Let's try 4. I don't know if there's anything here. I think this is something I want to keep an eye on, and this. As far as a level, this looks like something worth noting here. Okay, I'm gonna do this really quick. Probably just wasting time. This is probably nothing worth making an effort for. I know on VIX for some reason I like doing yellow. This is a 4-hour. Oh my god, dude. So annoying. Such an annoying app. Okay. Let's look now. I probably shouldn't have shrunk the size. Recent. ES. I did my levels yesterday for ES, and I readjusted the bull flag per Adam Mancini's recommendation. So it is possible that we may break out of the bull flag this week. I think it's unlikely we'll do it today, but maybe it's possible. CPI is next week. I forget when. Tomorrow's whatever this is. Core inflation Monday, Tuesday. Core inflation rate. What about CPI? PPI Thursday. Okay, I'm confused. I could have swore Adam Mancini said CPI is coming out next week. PPI is on Thursday. And usually PPI comes out before CPI, so I don't know. Core inflation rate year over year. I guess this is it. I don't know. All right, so I don't really know what I can have. I don't really have a definitive plan based on trend lines. We may get a rejection off the top of the bull flag and retest some level down here, but I believe at this point 4123 to 4130 has been well tested, and if it gets tested again, we may crack. We are still bouncing off of this upper trend line here, so it is possible we might test this trend line again at 4140 or something close to it, and then break through the upper bull flag. That's possible, or we may break below this finally and then retest the bottom of the bull flag. I don't think that's going to happen though, but it's possible. I don't know. So it's pretty risky to go long today, especially after this jump overnight. Let's look at SPY really quick. So yeah, I don't have that upper, you know what, let me see if I can, I really should have done that. I don't have that upper line on SPY. I have something here, but let's go to a daily. Let me see if I can. I don't really see it here on SPY, unlike I saw it on ES, this trend. It doesn't quite fit, but let's work with it for now. I don't know, it's this color, I guess. I don't really see it. Well, let's duplicate it really quick and see if there's anything. Maybe, kinda, yeah. Okay. Let's see what it looks like on a smaller scale. Ugh. Let's adjust this. Ugh, yeah, I don't know. Oh God, I forgot to see. This app won't let me do it. What an annoying application this thing is. No, 550. Oh, I was in the 515. See, and this is what happens. It messes up the entire trend line. I don't know why it does this. It's all messed up now. I can't with this app, dude. No, I don't want to activate it. What does that even? Duplicate, duplicate, please. All right, I guess there. Oh my God, dude, this software is really terrible. It is. I don't know if it's self-adjusting or what it's doing, but it just is frustrating. It self-adjusts on TradingView and it does it beautifully. Here it does a terrible job. And you might have it lined up on one time frame, but you go to a different time frame and it looks completely messed up. So whatever. Okay, so again, um, here are the possibilities. We may get the so-called gap fill that Trading Brigade likes to mention, but I see that happening less than about 40% of the time that that gap fill thing works. We are at resistance that was previous resistance yesterday and resistance the day before. We're just below the bull flag. So there's two confluences that says that this thing, well, three if you add the gap fill rule, but I don't hold much weight onto that. But there's three reasons why this is probably going to go down when the market opens. However, we're very close to breaking out of the bull flag, and if we do, that's very bullish. So that's something else to consider. Um, what else? I did mention the VIX. I did talk about how we are underneath this descending trend line, which has been pushing this down for a while. This hasn't really had much of an effect, but it seems to be a magnet around there. It's not exactly affected by this level, but it seems to be a magnet. And if it is going to rally, this is going to be a level it needs to break through. I don't know what this is, but all right. And going to SPY again. Where was so this is a strong God, man. I can't go more than 10 minutes without this moron upstairs. This and this. I should probably, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to create. I know this area's been very well tested, but I just want to create a zone here of support cluster just in case we come down there again. But again, it's possible we may bounce off of this. So this is going to be a very difficult day to trade, I predict. So all I can do is just see the demand zones forming, supply zones forming, and trade accordingly. So that should be it for now. I mean, the bell's gonna ring in a small moment, so but I'm gonna try and save space for all these videos and wait until after the bell rings or right before to come back and record. All right, here we go. Had a little bit of a bounce here, pre-market. And I actually forget about gap rules. I often see that when there's a pre-market high and a pre-market low, um, sometimes it respects that pre-market high, pre-market low. Sometimes. By the way, I have a put plugged in, um, under the assumption based on my plan that maybe this will indeed. Look at this. These things start switching around, moving around side to side. Again, another obnoxious thing about this program. Let me see if I can shrink this a little bit. But no, I can't. I don't know, man. The fact that this changes direction and pops this way and that way is so annoying. Yeah, this thing's going down. Hmm. So far, I mean, we're only in the first 4 minutes, so I'm not going to say anything. You move it to one side to the other and it still opens on the other window. I am not a fan of computers, man. Alright, this is boring and I've got to use both of these screens because I've got secretary type work to do. And I don't know. You know what? I forgot to put my trading view on the other screen. I pay attention when I can to see if I don't understand why when I open TradingView on my iPad, it doesn't. Alright, whatever. I'll work it out later. Um, I need to make sure I keep glancing back and forth to see if a demand or supply zone forms. But it looks like for now, this is grinding slowly down. But I remember there was someone on YouTube, there's a few people that talked about the orb strategy. And with the orb strategy, it differs, but you look at where the pre-market high and pre-market low is, and then if it breaks above or below, you trade in that direction, or if it breaks above and below and it's a fake breakout or a false breakdown, then you'll trade in the opposite direction. I found this to not be very effective trading personally for me, at least not with SPY. Um, but anyways, I'm just gonna stick with my normal strategy and I'm gonna stop the video, and when I see, if I hopefully can, while I'm trying to pay attention to work, see a proper demand or supply forming, and it's got to be confluent with something else, then I'll take the trade. So I'll be back. Okay. This resistance, as I mentioned before, was the resistance from the Jerome Powell day on Tuesday. This was a 15-minute resistance that formed. This overnight stuff kind of is irrelevant. This was a pretty strong resistance yesterday, and anyone who took this swing would be quite happy here. This would have been a good swing trade, but you would have to sell it very quickly. And the first 15 minutes, as you can see, this just popped right down. We created, and I might, you know what, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and change this into that line I took away was originally here. That was the pre-market low, I guess I made it. And then I dragged it down here because we were making a 5-minute support, but since it's clearly now a 15-minute support, I'm going to go ahead and add that. Although with MK strategy, you do all this after 10:30, but I may have to step away from the computer for a little bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and add it now. What is this? I like how it doesn't say the... I don't understand. Why won't it tell me the level? I don't understand that. So if I'm on a 5-minute, it will say the level, but in a 15, I guess the text is too small. 5. Oh my god. So that's 3-5. Okay. Alright, so I don't even know if this could be a proper scalping strategy, because the only big moves, the only round trip moves between this line was this morning from here to here, and then shortly after from here to here. And this is a 5-minute, by the way. Otherwise, I don't know if this is going to slowly drag its way up here or not, but here's my updated plan for the day. This is currently support. In relation to ES, I think this is about 4140-ish. Yeah, I think 4140-ish. Surprisingly, Adamancini's levels were similar to mine for ES, for what I have here on SPY. So I'm going to hope that this is going to come down, test this current support, which is confluent with this obnoxious line that we tried several times this morning to try and line it up. Let's see if we can find something similar on ES. So this line here doesn't quite line up with the same one I have on SPY. Maybe I should lower this down a little bit, or maybe I should bring the other one up. I don't know. I don't feel like beating myself up with the perfectionism, trying to get this thing working out right properly. So whatever. This is support for ES right now. So if we come down here, I set the alert. I'm going to set an alert here as well, just in case one of them doesn't work, because we know how reliable Thinkorswim is. If this comes down here and I get the alert, And if this flushes below or whatever, it makes a quick flush, or if we test this support on SPY, then we can take this long if, only if it forms a clean demand zone. However, it is possible we may not even make it down here. It could just chop here for a while. That being the case, then I guess, you know, one could argue that I could have taken this long here. And if this does go, 4175 is the top of the bull flag, and 4175 is confluent to what? Oh my God. Options. 4175, I think is 415. I think. So one could argue that this would be the point I should get in somewhere in here at 65 as it's chopping down here. Get in here at 65, and then if this runs up to 4175, then hopefully this will be worth maybe a little bit over 120 if it can get up there. We'll have to see. If this breaks above though, you know what? I don't feel like putting an alert there. If it breaks above, there's still a very good chance it'll reject off of the top of the bull flag. So I wouldn't want to take it long there either. That's a risky long. How far away are we from the bull flag at this point? Yeah, it's right there. And then we have our overnight high, which might serve as resistance as well. So I'll need this to pull back more to take this long. If it doesn't pull back, then I'm just maybe not going to make a trade today. And I should do that. There are days I trade almost every day. Almost every day I make a trade, and I should not do that. You know, I should only reserve my trades for when I have an edge, when there's multiple confluences to take it in whatever direction. Um, so yeah, we're gonna have our alert here. Um, I wonder if I should put it on a 1 minute though, because sometimes for some reason alerts on a 1 minute chart are more reliable than they are on a 5, 10, 15, or the higher the time frame, the worse the alert. So below 45, and I'll do the same for ES. Let me do it on another chart here. Sorry, I'm just trying to update something on work really quick. Oh wait, I didn't notice this. It's this dropping. It's spiking up. I'm gonna put this back on 5 minute. The 1 minute gives me a headache sometimes. Okay, so we can go ahead and take this away, remove, because we've just broken through a 15-minute demand zone. So imagine if you had taken this long. You went from 65, although if you did take this long and you got in maybe at 60 at one of the flushes below the support, and then you sold at 75, I mean, well, it looks like you could have maybe sold at 80. So a $200 scalp here. The best one would have been this morning when it retested this supply and then dropped. However, one could argue, and this is what I said initially, remember? I said that I have a feeling this thing is going to drop, and I had put my, which put did I use? I forget. I forget which put that I used. I think it was this one. This might have been too far out of the money, really. Um, let's see what'll happen if we chose a 412 put. Oh yeah, there it is. So yeah, if this retested this supply and you got in here at 52 or 55 and held, there it is. All right, so let's get back into focus. Our 415 was going to be our call, our strike that we're going to choose. There it is. We're now approaching support at 4144. It dropped right to the level 4144 and my SPY equivalent level of 4124. But no trades will be made unless we see a proper demand with perhaps a retest. But yeah, sometimes I think to myself, I say, oh, if it gets from here to here, then I'll take it in the other direction. But then I'm thinking, well, why don't you just trade it from there to there then? But one of the reasons why I didn't is because I'm trying to follow MK strategy of not trading within the first hour, of waiting till later on to see more. I realize that later in the day, there's more obvious opportunities to trade. It's not so obvious in the beginning of the day. It feels more like gambling in the first hour, like you're just trying to guess. But as the day progresses, the story that unfolds, it makes more sense, I guess. But anyways, this is making a clear, this is a strong wick, so it looks like this is pulling back. Okay. I may have to drive to a police department later today. Oh, man, I don't know if I used whatever little bit of cash I had to buy groceries this morning. I am officially absolutely broke. Unless I guess I can take out whatever I have from my trading, a little bit of money I have here. I could do that. Um, I want to finish up my smoothie and go take a shower, but I want to wait. All right, new 5-minute forming. As usual, bulls will want to keep this 5-minute above the support zone. And let me back this up so you can see we are confluent on with this trend line here and on ES here. What I would like to see is not only a 5-minute demand zone form, but a clean 50-minute demand zone form confluent with this line and the trend. What I would sometimes do when I demo trade out of impatience is I assume or anticipate that this will form a clean demand or supply. I mean, well, yeah, a clean demand or supply, but in this case, obviously, a clean demand would be forming on a 5 or 15. and then I would just take the trade already, hoping or with the intent of trying to get the very, very bottom of the trade. But what ends up happening ultimately when I do that is the the demand zone doesn't form. It falls a little bit more and then forms another demand zone further down. So my efforts to try and catch the bottom fail, and I end up having to exit because it loses value so quickly, even though it just goes down a little bit further down, because of options. So let's say I might get in at 50, thinking I've just caught the bottom. Then it drops some more, and it turns out I would have needed to have gotten in at 35 or something. One of the many reasons why I want to become successful at doing this trading is so that I can just rely only on this for income. But I'm I'm so far away from that even remote possibility. All right, so it looks like I may have to take this. I was hoping for a little bit of a pullback, but this is coming pretty strong. I'm gonna put a couple buy-in. Wow, that was much quicker than I thought. Maybe I'll just do one. I forgot I had this at one. I was gonna adjust it and put it for two, but I'm just gonna keep that one option for now. Now the question is, will our target be this previous demand zone that was formed? Or will it be the supply from before? Or is this just gonna come back down and burn me anyways? So that's another possibility. Sometimes I think what I should do when these demand zone forms is to put a buy limit way down here. So in this case, it would have been like 30, close to 30, maybe even 31, something below, in the expectation that it's going to come back down. Because it seems to happen to me often. It'll form a demand zone. I'll take the trade because it looks like it's going to turn around. And then as soon as I take the trade, it starts to turn around on me and come back down. I guess sort of like in anticipation of my own bad luck. One of the weird things about wearing noise canceling headphones, and these are good, and I luckily got them on sale like 50% off, is sometimes there's this vibration that I don't know how to explain it. Imagine you're indoors and there's a helicopter outside and it's pretty close and you can hear this, not hear, but you can almost feel this vibration, this pulsing in your ear. And I don't know what's causing that. I don't know if it's my own muscles tightening up, I'm stressed, and it's making that noise, but it's so weird and annoying. But I'm wearing this mainly so that I don't hear the obnoxious neighbor upstairs dropping stuff and moving furniture constantly. And when I'm not making videos, of course, I'm playing music. All right, let's see how much this would be if it makes it up to here. Looks like it's not going to be very much. Let's try 60. Yeah, I was hoping 50 is just below, 55 is just above. But still, $15 from $40 is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. And this will be 3 days in a row of profit. So yeah, you know what? I'm leaving it there. I'll be content with that. Although technically speaking, I probably should put it at 50. I should probably put it just below. We'll see. I want to see how this reacts up here, if it can get there. But it's a slow grind. For me, this is the one thing that I have trouble dealing when it comes with dealing with SPY, is it is somewhat somewhat predictable. I mean, I'm saying that very loosely, somewhat vaguely predictable, but it's just very slow. And I've noticed this has happened ever since sort of like the middle of 2022, that whenever there are big moves for the day, they're not that big. Like SPY might move a good move, a good trend day, SPY might move maybe 10 points. But I'm doing my demo in the beginning of 2022, and I think I'm in February right now. I noticed December and January, SPY can sometimes make a 20-point move in one day, in one direction. I don't mean 10 in one direction and 10 in the other. I mean a 20-point move in one direction. And I don't recall that happening very often since the beginning of 2022. Typically, when the average move of SPY on a daily basis now, I've noticed since this bearish market started, although one can argue that it's ended already, but I don't know, um, is maybe about 5 points on average, it seems to me. Yesterday, SPY moved from 414 to 410. No, technically 409 was the lowest, so it was a 5 point move. I'm gonna put an alert here in case this starts to drop, and I might have to sell because that, with my luck, that is a definite possibility. And now that I'm in the trade, I'm scared to go take a shower because every time I take a shower, a big move happens. I remember there's one time I had gotten into a trade and I think I got in about 4 options. And this is when I had more money on my account. And it was a good trade. And I had put, um, I don't remember if I put a sell limit or if I just kept the stop loss. I honestly don't remember. But I do know that while I was in the shower, it moved up. I was up in pretty good profits, and then it started coming back down. And when I came back out of the shower, it was close to my stop loss, and or close to where I point is I was now negative when I came out the shower, and I was just so frustrated. So we're now at 4146 on ES. 4144 was support. Uh, I believe bulls were really would need to get this above 4155 for a continued rally to go. But um, I have my sell limit, I believe. Let's let's look. This should be confluent on ES, this level here. Yeah, it looks like I already have the level from before. So we need to get above 4153 before my sell can kick in. And it looks like bears are succeeding in pushing this down. I'm almost tempted to just remove my sell limit, pop a stop loss somewhere down here. Obviously, but you know how this works. Wherever I pick my stop loss, it's gonna go down and it's gonna go down and sell at my stop loss. And the bears are pushing. I guess because they know if 4144 fails and we drop below one of these trend line supports, this is gonna really sell hard. Because 4130 and 4128 is already well tested. If I had my stop loss at 33, I guarantee it would have been filled here. I'm almost tempted, I'm almost wishing that I had gone in with two options. It's risky, especially with the bears pushing the way they're pushing. But I'm almost tempted to get in with one more option, like at 35. And then if I can sell them both up here at 55, then I'll make 30 bucks for the day, not just 15 bucks. But I'm a little worried about how long it's taking the bulls to. But then again, they're probably like just putting only enough effort to keep it above the level. They're not really probably focusing on pushing it too far up, which is bad for me because that means the longer they take to push it back up here, the more likely theta decay is gonna eat away at the premium. So I have two choices. Either I get back in another option, and then I'll be risking even more capital in case this fails and flushes below. What would be a good sign is if we get another 5-minute demand forming just above this 5-minute demand. Speaking of which, unless otherwise proven, this is still relevant. Let's see how this looks on a 15-minute. Yeah, yep, we formed a 15-minute demand. Very clean one here. You know what? I think this is gonna work. We're gonna get in one more. It's ballsy. It's ballsy. It is massively testically. Alright, so we averaged down to 38. 48, 53. We'll sell both at 53. That's still the same spot. Maybe I'm being greedy. I'm being greedy. All right, 38. We'll sell both at 49. Oh, really? Okay, 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 okay. Get off, get off. 51. All right. I want to go just below the line. Let's put this back on 5. Where's ES? I mean, VWAP here. Okay, good. So we're below VWAP. So this isn't too, I don't think this is too unrealistic. There shouldn't be any major resistances other than this SMA, which could be a problem. If we can eke past that and make our way up here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to tell myself that one day I'll have enough money in my account that instead of um, 2 options at 38, I can do 10, 20, right? Let's say it's 10, so 380 bucks, and then I sell up here and make a little over 100 bucks for the day. That's not good. This is what I was worried about. I wonder what is it like to like look forward to going to bed. Like it's such a pleasurable experience that you just can't wait to go to bed, and when you lay down you just feel like you're on a cloud and you feel this sense of pleasure. And then when you wake up in the morning, it feels so good that you don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to get out of bed because I'm just so exhausted, but I don't feel good. Sleeping feels painful for me. I mean, I want to sleep, but I just can't get a good night's rest, and I'm constantly tossing and turning, and I wake up with headaches. I don't know. It just everything's wrong. I used to be a cop, and the gun belt, um, the holster of one of the weapons, and I think it was the taser on the gun belt, would push into the side of my hip. For years it did this. For years it pushed the side of my hip. And also the bulletproof vest. I don't know why it's called that because it's not bulletproof. The bullet resistant vest would pinch a section of the skin of my stomach. And this happening over years and years and years, I guess resulted in what's called lipoma, which are these, I'm sort of insecure about it actually. It's very ugly. It's these fatty like tumors, like just a round ball that's under the skin, but it's painful. And the one on my hip, I can't sleep on my side. If I lay down on my left side, within about 5 or 10 minutes, it'll be painful. And it's so painful, it'll wake me up and I'll have to turn over my other side. And even when I'm no longer putting pressure on it, the pain still lingers, like, just like an echo of the pain. So laying on my back hurts because my lower back hurts and my bed feels so uncomfortable. My pillows feel uncomfortable, my head starts hurting. It's just a miserable experience. So when you wake up in the morning having a crappy night's sleep and then you drag yourself out to the park to work out, and basically you're gonna survive most of the day on an oatmeal and milk and peanut butter smoothie. Uh, Not too appealing. That's the thing. Well, bulls came through. We broke through this SMA. Now it's going to be a slow grind and see. Well, you know what? Before I was under this line. Before now I'm not. So I may have to adjust this from 51 because I don't know if we're going to break past this point. I'd like to think that we will and we can make it at least to VWAP, but I don't know. We've made it back to 4151 on ES, and bears definitely don't want that to happen. Let me just double check that was the other support that Adam Mancini had mentioned. It was 4153. 4153. Look at that. See how much, oh man. I was having this uplifted feeling that maybe I can get the quick sell and be done for the day, and that my risk paid off. But here we go. We're turning around again. Oh, on the 50-minute on SPY, we rejected off of, no, 15-minute. You see, we rejected off of this, but I mean, that could be complete coincidence, so who knows? All right, let's take a look at the 1 minute. Just a mess. Oh, but I am seeing a little bit of a pattern forming, which is worrisome because we're coming towards the end of it. This is why I sometimes like looking at the 1 minute, seeing these little mini patterns forming. I don't want to retest this again. Oh, I have to take this call. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I had to take that call, and obviously I couldn't be recorded while doing that. Um, I was I was a bit nervous on the call because we had that strong rejection from here, and then we just started falling, and we fell just below here, but the bulls managed to turn it around. For now, this seems like deja vu from yesterday, doesn't it? Um, what do I have this at? I'm at 38. You know what? Let's go ahead and not be greedy and put this at 49. It's still within the channel, because now what's going to happen is we're going to, if bulls can drag this up here, we have the upper trend of this little pattern form that's formed. We have previous support that will likely now act as resistance. We've also got VWAP, and 4153 was support before, so now it's going to be resistance. So we have 4153 as resistance. So I have this set to sell. Sadly, actually, it is right around 4153. So I'm pushing it here. Yeah, I'm pushing it. So I guess the question I have to ask myself is, should I go ahead and sell at like 48, 45, just to take whatever profit I can? So at least I can end the day on green. I still have a little bit more money left to trade one more option later on today, if possible. But I want to wait and see if the bulls can push this a little bit higher. But 4150 is still acting as resistance right now on ES. And let's see where we are. And no, I don't think we're anywhere near VWAP on ES. So right. I can only hope that this SMA is where it's going to bounce. Did we form? So we formed. if I remember, on the 5 minute, a secondary demand zone, and I don't know if you can call this a demand zone or not. All right, new 5 minute candle. And as usual, we don't want to close this 5 minute candle here, creating a supply, which is kind of what happened here, I didn't notice this before, but this would have been worrisome. We also don't want to fall below the channel. Man, this is quite the struggle. My worry though is the longer it takes bulls to get above 4150, the more likely this is going to fall. That's what's scaring me. And I'm starting to think I should just exit and try and break even. Which, as you all know, once I do that, then it's going to rally. Or at the very least, go to my original target. Not good. It looks like we're falling below. Yeah, we're falling below this support. Once that happens, this is probably going to drop. We may get another bounce here, but that's not good. Looks like I should have sold here at 48 back here. I remember, was I in? I think I was in both options there. So yeah. Well, that's not what I wanted to see. That's bad. But not unsurprising. All right, I'm gonna put my sell at 26 in case it spikes down below, but I'm gonna see if they can pull it up a little bit more, which it looks like they're not gonna do. Yeah. All right. Well, looks like it's a big loss today. Ah, man. This is what I was afraid of. They just weren't able to get past 415, 4150. And this technically wipes out more than my profits from yesterday. So, and this is my story. This is what happens all the time when I trade. Loss, 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 loss. I'll get one win. Loss, 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 and you know the losses add up to this, and the win adds up to this. So overall, I'm just continuously losing money. And that's pretty much what happens. It's a constant draining, little by little by little, it just keeps draining. And it's demoralizing, and it makes you not want to trade anymore. And, this morning I was thinking I should just throw all the strategy out the window and just go short. Just go short. Screw this. This would be the one day that the gap fill rule actually works. If I just taken it short from the morning, and look at that. That's already 20 bucks right there. All right, let's get rid of this and this. And of course, knowing my luck, it's going to turn around and come back up. So I say 20 bucks, but technically I think it's like a 20, almost a $30 loss today, because I went from 38 to 22. Yeah, technically speaking, $26 if you add the commission. Oh, man. No, I had a feeling it was going to happen. I was afraid this was going to fall. I should have just sold way up here and tried to break even. When we were struggling just to come back up here, this is when I should have sold, but it just broke so quickly. And now we're breaking below that trend line on both ES and SPY. So yeah, this is the day to be a bear. And here would have been the key. This would have been a good time to take this short. There's Adam Mancini. We are now on trip number 5 between 4128 and 40175 in ESF. ES is building a 1-week flag structure and waiting for a catalyst to break it, which is now CPI, which is when I'm chop likely until then. 4154, 4144 supports today, and after 2 hours of basing here, cracked. 4128 next down, then 4090. 4128 is about 10 points below. One could say, hey, why don't you take this short now? We've technically formed another supply here. But if I did take this short, and what would 4090, assuming it even gets down there, would be confluent to around, it definitely is going to be lower than 409. That's probably a safe bet. Probably a safe short would be to wait for this to pull back and retest previous support, and hopefully it'll be now resistance. But is that going to be the trend line? Is that going to be here? That's the problem. Man, if I had sold my 2 calls earlier and just quickly switched short, I would have enough to get a couple options short here from 15 to 30. There you go, that's 30 bucks. Well, see, I have a feeling we're not going to see 4128 again. We're not going to go down to 4090. Bull's going to turn it around based on this trend. Oh my God, dude. I'm so exhausted. I didn't even do my normal full workout. When I go to the park and I work out, all I have are TRX straps and my battle ropes. And that's what I do. I do like a upper body circuit with the TRX straps. I do battle ropes in between. And I know as a personal trainer, and I have my degree in exercise physiology, that if you want to grow muscles, don't mix in cardio. If you want to grow muscles, you work out with the intent to grow muscles. That's what you should be doing. But I mix in the cardio because I don't get enough opportunities to work out. So I'm sacrificing hypertrophy, I suppose, to get a little cardio done for metabolic health. Okay, so here we go. Could this be where we reverse? I don't know, because we could just as easily, rally from the this trend. And the fact that this candle opened above the close here is bullish to me, even though it's opening red. Okay, now that it pushed below, I don't know. It's possible. One could take this short in the hopes that this makes it down to 4128. And this could probably go from $22 to maybe 42 in that event. But my instincts tells me to not trade anymore today. I've just lost all of my profits from yesterday. You know what? What did I make yesterday? No, it was 17 I made yesterday. And then the day before, it was just 7. So yes, I've officially just lost all the profits I've made this week. What can I do, man? I followed my plan. I followed my plan. Well, I would hope you were taking care of the payment. I'm not going to pay it. I mean, even if I had to pay it, I certainly have no money to pay it. Oh my God, dude. It's just can't get a break with this and anything. There's a study that shows that disappointment, especially for guys, that like losing a game, um, if you if your girl breaks up with you or whatever, or you get a bad grade in a test you study hard for, whatever, disappointments create a cortisol response, and it suppresses your testosterone levels dramatically, and it's just bad. It's just bad for your health. Disappointments. And I bought a new book here. Probably can't see it. Like $20 on Amazon. It was recommended, and it said that I'm only in the first few pages, but sometimes when I'm working out, I read between working out my sessions or my sets or circuits, whatever. And it cited an example between Japanese car makers in the, I don't know, I think this is like the 90s or 80s. I don't remember. Whenever it is that Japanese cars started to really make an influx into the American car market. And they were saying how um, one of the possible reasons why the Japanese were having more success, especially building cars of better quality and with more efficiency than the American car makers, is that the American car makers would have the assembly line move slow enough that there would be no risks of things going bad, and the Japanese car makers, they would move their assembly line quickly, and if something broke down, something failed, they would do an intensive investigation to find out why. They'll fix it, and they'll try and revise the way their methodology works so that this doesn't happen again. In other words, they learn from their mistakes. They allow mistakes to happen and learn from them. And it sounds nice. It does. But the thing I hate about trading is you can do everything right and still lose money. You can do everything wrong and make money. So you can be a guy that's just like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to take this short today. I don't really know why, but I just have this feeling I'm going to take it short today. And it's really like a gamble, but it pays off. You make money. Meanwhile, the other guy who's thinking, all right, I'm that guy. All right, this may go down a little bit. And when it goes down, it should probably bounce here, support. There's a trend line here, this, that, blah, 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 blah. I'll take this long. You can have all of these reasons, these very scientific, logical reasons for taking the trade long, like I just did, and still lose money. And that's what sucks. In almost no other field whatsoever does that work. In any other field, if you make the right moves, you should be successful. Trading seems one of the few things I can think of that you can do everything right and still get burned. And not like these aren't just exceptions. You can do everything right many times and still get burned. Oh my God, dude. All right, so here we are right now. It looks like this may have formed another demand zone here for now. So let's go through the motions again. Oh, look, as I'm about to draw this demand zone, it's falling below. And remember what I said before? Just screw this. And I'll turn this back around to being red. Remember what I said before about taking this short? What was it? It was 409. But it seems like both are trying to keep it above the trend line. Yeah, I shouldn't. I should just call it. I should walk away and call it. A part of me saying take this short. Take this short, this is gonna drop. And I should have taken it short when it was up here. Fine, watch this. It won't pull back to fill me. Or if it does, it's going to be a pullback, a strong pullback. And then bulls are suddenly going to be like, oh, wait a minute, let's push this price all the way back up. Here it goes. Oh, man. If by some miracle this actually does fall and make its way down to 4130 or 4128, and since that level has been well tested, if by some greater miracle it falls even further to 4090, then this would be a good trade. But my luck isn't like that. Now that I am in a short, here's what's going to happen. This thing's going to turn around and the bulls are going to suddenly rally at this and it's gonna come up to, I don't know, VWAP and then reject or something. I don't know. But because I'm sick and tired of this, I'm at 47. I'm gonna put my stop loss at 36, I guess. Where is that? Yeah, it's like right back there again. It'll turn around. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother with a stop loss. Screw it. Every time I put a stop loss, doesn't matter where it is, the entire market will move in order to fill my stop loss. Let me at least put an alert for a stop loss. Create alert below. Um, Sometimes I don't even feel like putting the sell limit of where I would hope it goes because I feel like the oh my God, I hate using that phrase. I feel like I suspect, I have this suspicion that whenever I put a sell limit, like, yeah, okay, I want it to go down to 67 now and I want to make 20 bucks. Whenever I do that, the market goes, oh, you want to be cocky and tell us where we're going to go? Well, we're going to go the other way. But let's be real. If this gets down to 4128, where would that be confluent to SPY? I don't know. I don't know. I currently have it set to sell at 67 in the hopes that maybe I might make 20 bucks. I know I set my levels to be somewhat confluent with ES. Let me switch ES on my other chart to 5 minutes and maybe I can try and see. This is right about where we closed yesterday, right? Yeah. So I'm slightly above 4128, I think, or just about 4128 on ES. Well, what do you know? Looks like Trade Brigade's gap fill rule worked today, and taking the short from the get-go, especially if you chose an at the money or in the money strike, would have been a magnificent play for the day. This is going to be a problem because this was a resistance before. Now, if I had enough funds to take 2 options short, then I would probably just exit here and take a strike even for the day. But I only had enough to take 1 option. So that's why I have to try and be greedy and put it at 67. And sadly, that won't even cover fully my losses for the week, but it would at least bring me back somewhat even to where I was before. Because I lost 27 today. Let's put this back on 5. If I can catch it while it keeps zigzagging around left and right. Okay, now I have to back it out again so I can see where this is going to be. We're at 4131, so we're pretty much right there. I need the bears to push this down more. But I'm probably being greedy because we're now at 4133. Yes, if this can get down to 4130, but the bulls may turn it around here. Damn it. This may well be where the bulls turn it around, but I'm trying to be patient. Also, there's a greedy part of me thinking that I shouldn't put a sell limit at all, that it is possible that 4128 is going to get tested. It's possible that it might bounce, but then fail because it's already been so well tested. If that's true, and it does go down to 4090 and test the bottom of the bull flag, then I'll be missing out on massive profits because that's a very big move from 430 to 4090 is a massive move. But then I'll be being greedy. If I was in two options, I would sell one probably here at 62. I'll sell it right here probably, and then hold on to the other one, hoping that it makes its way down to 4090. Come on, man. Oh my god, dude. Fuck. I should have just done a sell limit. Fuck this. I know I shouldn't be cursing, but I'm done. Oh my god, man. Of course, with my luck, it doesn't even make it to 4130, much less 4128. And the bulls just snap it around. Of course, now that I've sold my short, it's going to turn around and fall. Watch. Oh man, I could have sold at 63, but instead I only sold at 53. So I missed out on potential $10 of profit. That would at least cut my losses in half. Just a few bucks were made. That's it. And there it is. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Of course, it'll be turned around. What I should have done was anticipated the possibility it would reject off of this previous support, the one that I took my long off of to begin with, and taken this short. And this was, let me move this to a 1 minute and zoom in. This would have been the trade here, 1113, 1113 would have been here. So if I could have gotten in at 35, or even 40, whatever, 40, one option at 40, and then selling it at 60. But it looks like I'm wrong. It looks like the bulls are turning this around. Just like I said, a very annoying day to trade. I predicted it would be. Although if you took this short and you just walked away and set your sell at like 4135 or something, so because sometimes I think that's the best thing to do. Like if you know the resistance is 4150, maybe sell at 4145, especially if you're in decent profits. Why be greedy? But in my case, originally, I wasn't in that great of profits. When this demand zone formed and was coming up here, I should do what I need to always do is wait. In fact, let's go back. What was that? I was 415 I was using. It wasn't here. Hold on. This was 1030. Yes, it was here. This is when I decided to take it. So I got in. No, was it 414 or was it 415? Oh my God, I don't remember. Oh, we'll just look. That was the put I bought. It was the 415. Yeah, I bought one at 37. So it doesn't make sense. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm out of it. 1030. Yes, this is when I got long, isn't it? Is it not? It was here. I'm sorry. I'm out of it. It was 1045 that I bought it. Okay, so it was even further back. I'm so confused. I am so confused. Yes, it was here because it was confluent with the trend, and this was our upper. But no, it's. How did I buy a 415 call at $37 at 1045? Oh, because I'm on 414. I'm such a moron. Okay, there. 1045. Okay. So if I would have waited for this to pull back to a spot like 35, while it did its annoying little chop, and then sold when it came up to 45, if I bought two options, I could have sold at 45 rather easily, at least, well, this one candle. That would be the only one. That was the only time it spiked up, when it just went outside of that channel that had formed. And at one point it was at 48, and I think I averaged at 48. If I had sold both at 48, I would have made 20 bucks. This is why you can't afford to be greedy. Oh, and look, now it's turning back around. It's rejecting off the trend line and turning back around. Let's look at what that put is now. It was 409? No, it wasn't 409. It was 410. Yeah. I sold at 53. 56. This is something else I've noticed too. Um, in 2021, that's why I don't do demos in 2021 anymore. 2020 and 2021, there was more follow through. There was more predictability. You'll be like, okay, it's probably gonna hit this resistance and it's gonna fall. It'll hit the resistance and it would fall with enough fervor and force that you can make profit. Most of the second half of 2022, and of course all of 2023, except for I guess January when we're having these rallies, it's chop. It's chop. If I put this on a 15-minute, this is just all over the place. Now, granted, these 15-minute means that's three 5-minute candles going in one direction. I mean, overall, it's going in one direction. So this is good. This is a good profit spot here. Oh, that's right. And Adam Mancini says that he doesn't look at 5 minutes. He only looks at like 15 minutes. So if I had taken this, and that's something I was doing when I was doing better earlier last year. I didn't look at the 1 minute. I didn't look at the 5 minute. I would make a trade based on this. So let's look how clean this is in the 15-minute. Resistance area drops. Support forms, almost retest resistance, drops. Support forms, test previous resistance, drops. Possibly might bounce here. Nope, it's not gonna happen. Drop. Retest this possible support. Well, really this wasn't the support, it's here. But here, this 15-minute here, when did this 15 minutes start? 11:15? When did I take my put? Ah, it was after that. So yeah, if I had taken my short here, that would have been good. Let's break it down on a 1 minute. I think I did this already though, but if I had taken the short here at, let's say, 11:15, 11:15, yeah, again, I could have gotten it at 40, couple options, and sell it at 61 and made 20 bucks. It wouldn't cover my losses for the day, but at least it would even me out somewhat. It'll be less of a burn. Anyways, I think I'll just stop and then restart the video when the next big move happens, if one happens. Okay, let me switch to a 5 minute because Alright, as you know, I went short somewhere in here. I don't remember when. It didn't really give me much profits, and then turned around pretty dramatically and I sold here. It continued turning around up until what seems to be a completely random point, but it wouldn't surprise me if I look at ES or the VIX, it's not so random. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I don't see anything on ES either. To see, yeah, where it pulled back, unless you want to count this SMA on a 5 minute as to where it pulled back. I don't know. Yeah, it's about the same thing, so I don't know. But then eventually it did turn around and come back down, frustratingly. And at this point, I was already away from the computer. So if I had held my original put that I had at 53, or was it 57? I think it was 57. No, it was 47. It was 47. This never actually made its way to 67 as I hoped it would. And it eventually, after getting to about 410 here, this key level I've had from before, and on ES, pretty much exactly to where I had this this support cluster from before. So it just bounced right at 4130, which Adam Mancini said would probably fail if it gets tested again, but apparently it hasn't. So it's bounced back up and now rejecting at the trend that was initially a support, which could mean that for the rest of the day it may well come back down again, and it may well break 4130 or 410 here, which is an interesting point on ES. 40130.14, and that is equivalent to 40110.89. So again, it seems to fluctuate between SPY and ES. It's so annoying. I really wish there was some sort of algorithm that if you put a level on ES, if you put a sell limit or buy limit on ES, you can set it up so it translates to SPY. But if such a thing exists, you know what? I bet you something like that does exist, but traders that, just like how traders have access to news networks or news sources that tells them what's going on, they won't share it with anyone else. Something I've noticed about human males, aside from being competitive, they're also very, they don't help each other. They don't. I think men used to do that years ago, but this new generation of men, I shouldn't even say new generation because it could be young and old, they're all the same. They're not very helpful. They're not willing to offer you help. But I think it's more the younger generation than the older generation. But I might be wrong. But in any case, that is our update. I have a lot of work to do, so I'll come back later. Alright, quick update. Obviously everything is hindsight 2020 with trading, but I'm starting to think that what I should have said, what I should have made as a plan is to wait for this to retest either this trend line or support. And it looked like it was doing it here, and that's why I took this short, but we chopped, we came back up, we tested exactly at the trend line on both SPY and on ES. So my trend line's right. I mean, maybe other people have it differently. Maybe Adam Mancini has it differently. It can't be a coincidence. Um, so it tested this trend line, and look, this option went as cheap as like 30 bucks, 30 bucks, and fell. And here's the messed up thing. I think I had $67 in my account after those two longs failed on me. I had $67 in my account, and I took one trade for 53. If I had waited, hoping that there'll be a retest of this trend line or a retest of this, which is really this would have been good too, but not nearly as good as this. So this retest of this trend line, getting in here short, a couple options at 30 bucks, and then taking it to, I mean, really, I would know where to sell because on ES, we've moved down to 4125. You know what? I do know where to sell. The first time we see a green 5-minute, that's when you sell. Sell one of the options, and that would have given you, if you could have gotten it to 80, 50 bucks, and then hold on to the other one in case we go down to 4090 like Adam Mancini said, which is probably what's going to happen at this point. And that's I mean, is it 4090 or 4190? Let me get this straight. No, he said 4090. If this thing falls to 4090, that is going to be massive. I wonder if he really means, yeah, that's got to be what he means. 4090. That's a 30-point drop for ES, and it's like a 3-point drop for SPY. So when I took that trade earlier and sold for tiny profits, this is it right here. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I should have said. I should have made my plan to look for a retest of this trend line and then look for a rejection. 30 to 100. A couple options there and selling at 100, and I would double my account. Also, I gotta have more faith, and I keep saying, I think if I had $1 for every time I've said this, my account would be doubled. I gotta have more faith in Adam Mancini's numbers. If this level fails and he says this is the next level to test, chances are that's what's gonna happen. But to think I was in this trade at $53. No, it was I sold at 53 at 47. I was in this trade at $47. If I just held onto it and waited, could have made 60 bucks today. Speaking of Adam Mancini, 4128 target clipped. ESF is stuck on repeat as we make the trip between 4120s and 4170s for the 5th time in the past week alone. Broadly, 4090, 4175 remains the consolidation zone to set up next multi-day trend. 4110, 4090 next down below here. Okay, so 4110 is next. To rally now, we need to reclaim 4128. Well, whatever happens today, I'm out. I've got only about 15 bucks left to trade, and I'm not going to use it. I don't want to lose any more money today. But But had you taken, let's say you took this bad boy short from the get-go. We opened at 414. Let's say you decided, you know what, I'm going to take a 413 short right at the bell, and you got 10 options, and you got in at 1,000, like way up here. You got in here 1,080, whatever, $1,100, and you walked away. You said, yeah, this is going to test. This is going to fall down and test. Well, you just made yourself over $2,000 here. Not bad. Not bad. All right. So I switched to a 407 strike because if this does make it down to 4090, I think that's approximate to about 407 on SPY. And it will be around this a daily, just below a daily that I have, and just below the original bull flag that I had. And I wasn't paying attention. I was doing something else, and it pulled back to this previous support, which didn't even act as support initially or recently, and is now rejecting. So I could have gotten back in at like $13. And if this continues dropping down, then that's an extra, that this could have made up for the rest of my losses today if I took this short. But I wasn't paying attention. And it formed a very clean, as you can see, in a 5 minute, a very clean supply. This may act as support though, but I don't think it will. And even still, 4110 is the next support for ES according to Adam Mancini, and we're not even there yet. We're at 4118. So if I had taken this short, but you know what? It's pushing back. It's pushing back. You know what? Let's see. I'm gonna put an alert, although the alerts are kind of delayed. Let's see if it tests again. If it tests again and comes back here, even better if it spikes above and then comes back down, I can get in at maybe, what is this, maybe $10. And then if I'm lucky, then, see, there's so many ifs. If it comes back up, and if I can get filled, and if it turns back around, and if it makes it back down to such and such, then if I can sell and then make some extra profit. So we'll see. I have the bell there. I gotta update this. All right, I'll be back. We'll see if this pushes back and the alert gets hit. All right, I got the alert. Let's see. We're gonna put it at 10, which is kind of ballsy. It might be a little bit too ballsy. Okay, let's try 12. That's right at the level. I probably should have already had it because it just bounced at 12. It just rejected at 12. Let's go to the 1 minute, which I hate, but let's see. Yep. I should have went to the 1 minute so I can get a more accurate possible fill if I had put it right below here. But you know what? I probably wouldn't have done that. I probably would have put it at 10 or 11. In fact, wherever I put the alert, let's be honest, it's probably where I should have put the buy limit. It looks like I might have missed out my chance. Yeah, I missed out my chance. If this comes back down here, it'll be worth almost $25, $23, $22. That would have been an extra $10 profit for the day if I exited there. All right, I missed out my chance. What can you do? it eked right up in there. What I was really hoping for was a deeper push into it and a rejection. But I'll put another alert just in case. I mean, I would literally, as soon as the alert was given to me, as soon as I hit the alert, I turned around and went right back in here. So, or should I just take the alert off? My worry though, if I put the buy limit, is I want to see confirmation. I want to see it turn around. So that's why I kind of want it to go deeper in, and then I want to see it come back out, like a strong rejection out. But since this has been tested now once, twice, and 3 times, it's probably going to go ahead and start going down from this point on. Oh, and we are at a weekly support that I have for ES. So there's probably going to be a stubborn support before it falls lower. My other concern is that we are making lower highs, but that's on the 1 minute, so I don't know. I mean, we were making lower highs here, and finally it turned around. But it's pushing its way back up, so this is either going to be another opportunity I have to take this short, or this is going to be another loss for the day if this keeps pushing up. However, also, I should mention that if bulls want this to rally, if bulls want to still maintain control, it would be best for them to regain 4128 or 4130. And that's only 8 points above where we are now. All right, I don't know. I'll wait and see. If I get the spike in and the rejection, then we'll take it short. Otherwise, if we miss out on the chance to make money with this short, then we miss out. Again, if I had put 112, then I would be in profits right now and continue to be so long as it stays below this line, and even better if it breaks below this one. Okay. Okay, I'm caught up just for a little bit. It looks like we're forming a bit of a descending channel here on the 1 minute, which isn't too great. Is it actually a channel? Duplicate? Yeah, I suppose. Meaning if we get a rejection, this is 1, 2, 3, this is the 4th rejection. What I would like to see is a break above, spike, and then a fall. That would be nice. And then to end the rest of the day with a nice drop. I'm beginning to think I should just put my buy-in at 12 and just be happy that I'm in the trade, and then maybe it'll turn around for me. Maybe. But had I bought in back here when we hit 12, whatever it was actually here. My worry though is that if this does break through, this is bullish, and then we may get a nice momentum charge out of here, and then that might make others want to buy in and keep this pushing up. So, and if the bulls were clever, I shouldn't say clever. How do I put this? It would be advantageous for the bulls to reclaim 4128 before the market closes today. Then they can just continue their chop until CPI comes out, whenever that's supposed to be. I mean, I think Adam Mancini did mention it in one of his tweets. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, Adam Mancini corrected himself. The typo. 4101 is support, not 4110. Well, either way, there's the break of that channel. We're at 4121. So it is possible. Let's see. There's the alert. We're back at 412. 411. Here we go. I'm just gonna. Oh, I missed it. I could still do 412. Should I do 413? This might bounce at this channel and come back up. You know what? I'm doing 10. If I lose $10, I lose $10. I know he mentioned CPI somewhere here. Let's just Google it. Next, CPI release date. February 14th. So it is Tuesday. I don't understand because that website I went to, it said PPI on Tuesday, not CPI. Well, it looks like I should have gotten in. You know what? How frustrating, how frustrating. You had your second chance. You had your second chance. You could have gotten it at $11. $41.01 is pretty specific. It's interesting that Adam Mancini says that's the next support. You know what? Maybe I'm seeing something wrong, but it looks like we've got an upper trend here going on right now. So what we may have is a triangle being formed, and it's going to break hard one way or the other. That's my experience with triangles. I actually kind of like triangles, but I kind of don't, because they, you know a move is coming, but you never really know which direction it is going to come. Adam Mancini says usually triangles are bullish, but oh wow. You ever been to the fair, or yeah, to the fair, like one of those fairs, those carnivals, and you had one of their French fries? They're not great. Sometimes they are, but they're like legit. They're those French fried wedges, and they're fried in actual decent grease, not the cheap remade grease that you can find like in schools. I don't know if they still. When I was in school, anything that we ate that was greasy smelled terrible. It always leave this terrible smell on your fingers. and I'm pretty sure they keep reusing the grease instead of using fresh grease. But I suddenly have a craving for one of those French fry wedges. Man, I love potatoes. Mashed potatoes, potato wedges. Ah, damn it, I'm hungry already. That's not good. It's probably because I worked out this morning. Wait, what is this? Okay. Um, well, we're at $11. What do you think, guys? Should I try and get in again? I mean, I don't know, this bullish triangle. I keep thinking that bulls are going to start working their way up to regain 4128. This is not going to go any lower. They don't, if I were them, I wouldn't want this to go any lower. But Trade Brigade's system was right. His gap system worked today. We not only dropped to where we closed yesterday, we made a newer low than what we were yesterday. I should add his YouTube to my channel, but I mean, nobody watches my channel, but just to pay him some respects, because I've gotten some good ideas on trading from him. Seems like a pretty nice guy as well. He does a live video every morning at 8:30, and he doesn't charge. He does this for free, which is pretty respectable. Yeah, I'm gonna try and remember to add him in the link, however this channel works. You can clearly see I'm not familiar with YouTube or technology or trading. All right, so what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Am I gonna take it short? Am I gonna take it short and hope that it turns around? Now that I put my buy limit here, watch it start to fall. Or it'll suddenly spike up and I lose more money today. The thing is, the risk to reward is pretty good though. If I can get filled at 10, and if this can drop to 4100, preferably 4090, of course, there it goes. It's dropping now that I'm no longer in it. And the question is it going to bounce at this again? Maybe I'm being greedy about 10. Just go ahead and 11. Screw it. What was I saying? If this does drop, of course. Especially since we're like a couple hours from market close. If this was to drop all the way down to 4, even if it's just 4100 or 4090, that should be enough profits to make up for the rest of my losses. Yep, I had my chance. I was too greedy. Could have gotten at 10 if I kept it there, kept the 10. Now we've broken back into this. This is irrelevant now, and we're probably gonna break below here. So there it is. I had my chance. I had my chance here, I had it here, and this is exactly what I wanted, a spike into here and come down. I should have just kept my buy limit at 10. But then again, I could be wrong. The bulls could still turn this around. Who knows? But again, Adam Mancini is usually not incorrect, and if he thinks we're going to drop to 4100, we're going to drop to 4100. Oh, look at that strong bounce from here. Big recovery, big bounce. Whew. Whew, 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 whew. So if I did get in at 10, I would be down $2, $3 with commission. Very interesting. The fact that we've been chopping sideways here for, let's see what kind of demand zones. Well, we formed a demand zone here. It was not very clean, but it's there. But we also formed a supply which has been broken. Wow. Well, I guess it was a good thing I didn't get in. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of this. Remove. But this is what no, actually, let's put it back. Let's remove this. This is what I was saying about triangles. They tend to be bullish, but this is quite the fake. It popped out, came back in, dropped down, popped up. I'm telling you, volatile, random, difficult follow through. Just that's why the people who are more successful are the ones who have bigger accounts and the ones who trade on the big scale. You know, taking it short. If you were a future seller, I mean, really, if you were a future seller, taking it short here would have been brilliant. Taking some of your positions off at first support and then the rest through the follow through. But this is you can say this is a trend day from an hour. You can probably say it from the 30-minute, maybe. But for the scalpers, ugh, I don't know. This was the best play of the day, though. This was the cleanest right here. Let's go back to that random, horrible 1-minute chart and look. Is this a false breakout? I don't know. I don't think so. I think bulls are trying to slowly regain 4128. I think that's what their goal is. And I think I should be done with trading for the day. I'm already down $18. Frustratingly, if that original put that I had taken, where was that? Way up here. Wait. I took the put when this rejected off of a trend line. Where's that trend line? Let's go to a 5-minute. Maybe it looks clearer on a 5-minute. Yes, it was here. Wow, on the 1-minute it went above. See this it went above and then tested the trend line and then came down on the 1-minute. But on the 5-minute it rejected. Seriously, I think Thinkorswim is the only app that does this. This is really frustrating. It's very annoying. It's very annoying. And your strategy might change depending on what time frame you're looking at because the trend lines change. This is just trash. This is ridiculous. On a 5-minute, you would say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take this short. But on the 1-minute, you might think, hey, we've recovered the trend line and now we're bouncing on the trend line. So you can look at two different charts on Thinkorswim with two different time frames. I mean, you can look at the same chart on two slightly different time frames. 1 minute and 5-minute, they're not that big of a difference. And yet the trend line's massively different. There should be no reason for that. There really shouldn't. That's really frustrating. And I've tried looking up solutions for this and I couldn't find any, but I've seen people complain about it on forums before. But yeah, this short, best play of the day right here. The only clean movement. I think this is the only time that there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red candles in a row. 5-minute red candles. But look at this. It's Adam Mancini again. Oh, he's responding to somebody that I follow. I wonder who is. Oh, he's responding to. This is a good question. Hey Adam, when you consider a direct bid off a level, approximately 4128, does the speed size of the candle coming into it have any influence on your decision? Like, would you expect it to blow past the level and look to get in lower, or not even take it at all and wait for a fake breakdown? Well, he put FB, so I'm assuming that's fake breakdown. And Adam responded, only if it's in a strong trend or after a breakout. If we break out this range to the upside or downside, for example, I will be in any rush to buy supports or sell resistances. In a range, I don't mind, but 4128 is a well-tested area, or level. He said level. I'm sorry, my brain is just not following. I'm a little confused. If I believe this person I follow on Twitter, and that's probably why I got the alert, because Adam Mancini responded to him. I guess he's asking, I don't know. The problem, I think I know what he's asking, and I'm not quite sure if I know what Adam Mancini is really saying. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know if he means if like we're having a pullback on a trend, on a bullish trend, and then it pulls back and then it goes to a resistance or a support level and there's a strong response. Um, hmm. Uh, this is something I haven't done. I don't remember. But hey, yeah, so look, pretty strong. This is what I would call a false breakout, I guess, of the level. And then it came back down. So if I had gotten filled at $10 though, I wouldn't be as ecstatic about anything. We're still pretty far down. Um, well, really, 407 is too Adam Mancini again. Is this the same thing though? Full round trip in ES, and after hitting 4128 sell target, ES is now roughly at the same spot we were yesterday at the same time. 4101, 4085 to 90 remain next down, and a rally can only happen if 4128 reclaims here. 4090 have been major support since FOMC, and bulls needed to hold. Well, it looks like that little jump was a fake. And if I had gotten filled in at 10 o'clock, at $10, I might be happy, but only if this falls below. I can still get in. I can still get in if this is going to fall. But I just feel that it's risky for two reasons. One, if this just keeps chopping sideways for the rest of the day, theta is going to eat away at the premium with the quickness. Two, 4128 is, oh, there it is. I was going to say 4128 is just above. So bulls might try again to push this up. But no, there it is. Interesting to note though that the last time we were this low at 12.50, this option was almost 30 bucks. Now it's almost half the value an hour later. Same place, different time, lost half the value. I swear, this piece of garbage neighbor upstairs it sounds like he's picking up shoes and just dropping them on the floor. God, I've never in my life lived anywhere where I didn't have some obnoxious neighbor next to me. Part of me wishes I was in this put. Another part is glad I'm not, because this is just... But no, it's probably going to take its sweet time going down. And I have one last chance to get in. Nope, now I can't get in. I've lost the opportunity. I only have exactly $17. So if I had gotten in at 10, I would be up $7 in profit, $8 now. And if this does continue to go down further, then I probably would have made up for my losses for today, which would have been good. So, what can you do? I guess this was an effort to fake out shorts, build up some liquidity before pushing down further, maybe? I don't know. See, look at this. I'm gonna stop the video now. I'm gonna come back when the market's almost about to close. I think I'm done for the day in trading. I thought it would be appropriate to do an update. I left the video somewhere around here. I don't know, whatever. And it looks like this line, I was gonna take all these lines away, but it looks like this line is still acting as resistance. So had I gotten in here at $10 and held my put up until say 20, could have made 10 bucks. Nothing special. The irony is though, if I had decided to be cheap and put my option at $8, which I think is as low as we got, and I could have gotten two options at that point because I have 17 in my account, and then held those $8 and sold them at, $18, $19, then I would have made 20 bucks, and I would not only have made up for my losses for the day, I might actually end the day in the green, which is what I really wanted to do. I really wanted to get 3 green days in a row, but what can I do? So we are now at 4110 with still about 2 hours left in the market, so this is probably going to slowly grind its way down. It looks like it's going sideways from this point of view, from the 1 minute, but when you switch to the 5 minute, it's clearly been trending. I mean, not a very clear trend. I mean, there's so much green here, but switch to a 15 minute and yeah, there it is. And this is this little spike above, which interestingly, I just realized it just bounced off of this SMA on the 15. And it's just gonna slowly keep grinding down, so yeah. On the 15, it doesn't quite reach this trend. On the 5 minute, as I've already demonstrated, it does bounce exactly off of it, and I've already demonstrated on the 1 minute, it goes above, because Thinkorswim is asinine in that way. But I'm starting to think I should go back to trading if I can on the 15 minute. Buy in here in this zone and sell down here. However, this is because I have no money in my account. Let's be real. If I had a decent amount of money when we came up to here, the better it would have made much more sense to buy a 409 strike. And let me switch this back to at least a 5 minute. And look, we also made a clean support supply zone here. So getting in here at 135, I bet you that's here, 135, 40 bucks. Beautiful. If you got in here, a couple options and held, looks like we're about to hit 100 any moment. There we go. Oh my God, I hate this chair. I feel bad for my neighbor downstairs. There it is. There it is. Let's go back to the option I was looking at initially, 407. There we go. So if I had gotten in at $10 after all and just trusted the system, I would have made up for my losses at the very least. I would prefer, if I couldn't be green today, I would prefer being neutral. So I read Adam Mancini's tweet wrong. When he made a post, he added that there was a typo in his post, and he, instead of saying 4110, he meant 4101. My moronic self read it and thought he meant you know what? I don't know what I thought. I thought maybe he meant 4110, even though he corrected it, and I thought he meant 4100 or 4090, somewhere between there. But it sold off right to 4102, which may end up being the low of the day. If bulls want to keep themselves in control, then they're gonna want to keep this around here. Their last ditch point is let me bring my trading view over here, since it's much cleaner and more understandable. So let's increase SPY. This was my original breakout point. This was the rally from FOMC. We've almost done a complete 180, returning back to where we were pre-FOMC. I'm going to drag this over a little bit and adjust it, and it looks like we may bounce here. Let's take a look at how this looks on ES. Same thing, I need to drag this over. This was my original bull flag. Now, the other bull flag, the one that Adam Mancini wants to look at, is this one. Yeah, I know, this is just a complete mess. I'm sorry. But look where we bounced. And it looks like on a 50-minute candle, we've created a nice demand zone. Nonetheless, oh, look at this. I did not even notice this. Check this out. I have got to add something here. Let's see how far back this goes. Look at this. If I line this up here, it doesn't quite line up on the other one, but I'm still gonna put something here, and let's change that. This was a support before, and it almost acted as support, but it is now not. I hate changing these colors. I just wish they would automatically change. If price is below a level, change it to red. If it's above the level, keep it green. Why there's no algorithm that does this, I do not know. But I guess I could just keep them all in one color. I suppose I could do that. I mean, man, my shoulder's killing me. Feels like it needs to pop out the socket. Yep. So let's move this to a 5-minute. So it looks like I might have to adjust my look, beautiful. Look at TradingView. Here's that upper trend. Let's go to a 6 hour. There's that upper trend coming up. Maybe I need to adjust it a little bit. And look, it snaps in the place automatically. Okay, so we'll go back to a 15, and it looks like we kind of broke above but fell. We'll go to a 5. It created a supply just above that trend line and fell. We'll go to a 1. And in every chart, every time zone, it lines up where it should for the trend, but not Thinkorswim. All right, so that's our trading view. I mean, I have TradingView on my iPad. It's so small, and having two charts on the iPad, I don't really see it very clearly, and they're both on a 15-minute. So, and that rising trend where it rejected, I don't have that on my. You know what? That's true. I don't have that rising trend on SPY. Why? Oh no, this is ES. SPY. Yeah, I don't have that rising trend here. Let's see if I can create it. Go to a 6. What a mess. I also wish there was some way to erase, or you know what I wish is that support levels that are older than, say, I don't know, a week or two will just disappear, right? It'll disappear and come off unless they're like a major trend that stays on there. But support levels, resistance levels, all levels will just disappear except for the ones that are within, I don't know, X amount of space from the price action. I guess that works for now. I'm just gonna make it white because I just don't care. All right. Okay, whatever. Absolutely despise this moron upstairs, man. Yeah, this doesn't line up. This doesn't line up from Thinkorswim. This is over here. It does kind of line up on my trading view, but not so much. I know I'm wasting time with this perfectionism nonsense. What if I try and bring it up? You know what? I don't care anymore. Whatever. Just go away. Anyways, had I taken this short like I should have, and if I had chosen instead of 407, 408, no, what am I saying? Yeah, 408. Hold on. Wow, what a difference. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm doing the call. I want the put. If I chose the 408 put, I just realized, would I have been able to get in? No, I couldn't afford it. Even in the spike up here, I couldn't afford it. But what a nice play that would have been. From like 20 bucks to 60 bucks. What can you do? But yeah, Adamantini said the next target would be 41.01. And we basically went to 41.02. I was gonna say, how does he get his levels so perfectly? But I have a 1 hour here. I like to think that 1 hour wasn't something I just concocted a long time ago. There it is. 1 hour, which got tested here and here and here. Now 4090 I have here. So yeah, I'm getting better at finding the levels. I just need to get better at taking the trades and being patient with them and hoping they work out. I really hope the bulls don't let this drop below 4001 though. And I hope, although they could test out, well, I guess they can flush below because we're still, you know what? Here's the stupidity of it. I did say this morning that we're so close to the top of the bull flag that it would be asinine to take this long, and that it would make more sense to take it short. And instead of having a bearish mindset and thinking, well, if that's the case, why don't we just take... That's right, I didn't do that because I'm following MK's strategy and I don't want to take a trade early in the morning. I want to wait until after 10:30. But even if I did, 10:30's here. Look at this, a perfect, on a 15-minute, a perfect supply forms. Could have taken this short. It looks like it came back up to retest 4153, which was support, and then rejected. I have to learn to observe these things better. I have to. Or was I distracted or just didn't occur to me? Or was I looking at the 5-minute only? That's probably what happened. But if it made a supply on the 15, it guaranteed it must therefore have made a supply on the 5-minute. It had to. You can't have a 15-minute supply without a 5-minute supply. And there it is. Beautiful. That would have been a beautiful short from here at 11 o'clock. And a good one to take would be 410. So I think I already did this. 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock is right here. A couple options at 40. Although knowing me, I probably would have exited them here at 65 and been happy with that. But then we had that big turnaround, which is ironic because 11 o'clock is here. But again, the way options work, even though we dropped by a whole $1, it would have been cheaper here. Makes no sense. I know it makes no sense whatsoever. 1220. 1220. Was I in a shower here? What happened here? I forgot, but this would be a beautiful, beautiful, man, the best play of the day right here, man. Oh my god, a couple options at 30. I know what happened. I know what happened. No, it wasn't here. When did I go long again? I keep forgetting. Was this the put? Yeah, that was the put that if I had held would have been worth some serious money. Look at that. 47. I was in a put at 47 at 11:18. Oh my god, that's right. I did take the put. At 11:18, I took a put here. Why did I sell that one? I'm so confused. Wait a minute. A 410 put I bought at 11:18. Did I buy another one? I'm confused. Or is this just a confirmation of this one? I'm so confused. It was filled and bought, okay. And I sold it for $53. I must have sold it too early, 11:18. I think, yes, because there was a spike downwards. Oh my god, here. This is where I sold after it spiked and faked me out. Is this it? No. 11:18. 11:18. Oh, gotta put this in the 1 minute. Where is it? 11:18. It was here. Somewhere here. I was hoping for rejection off of here. It came down, and then I sold because there was a big spike at some point. I don't remember when that spike occurred. 11:27. There it is. The spike back up above support, and it kept, and I wanted to sell it at 62. I think that was my, or 67. I got it at 47. I was hoping to make 20 bucks. Oh my God. Imagine, I'm hoping to make 20 bucks selling my 47 put at 67, and we're now at 100. We made it to almost $200. I guess this is yet another example of me taking a trade that would have worked out great in my direction. It would have worked out perfectly, but I didn't have the patience to let it work. I didn't have the patience to let it do its thing. Man, this is going to be another long video today, I'm sure. I know, I'm back. Look, it's dropped even more. This was when I was thinking of getting it at $10. If I go to my 407 put, no, this is tomorrow. Hold on. Let me go to today's. As you can see, hold on, let me explain what I'm doing now. I know it's risky. I know it's ballsy. We are now, oh, we already passed it. I wasn't gonna get filled. I only have 17 bucks in my account, and well, actually it's $17.90 to be exact. I know it's 50 cents to purchase the commission, the option, another 50 cents to sell the option. So what I did is I put in a buy at 17, hoping that it would come down and fill me for tomorrow's expiration at 4:15. I know it's highly unlikely that we're going to make it back to the top of the bull flag tomorrow. I know that it's probably a good chance that we just might chop all night tonight, and then tomorrow we might start where we are today. But it is a good spot to try and take a long for a swing. So I'm hoping this will pull back. My buy limit is just above. Let's see if I can pull TradingView over. Sorry, I'm dealing with something. I've made a video compilation of the noises this guy upstairs makes, and I want to send it to the association to complain because they tell me the only thing I can do is call security, which is just ridiculous. But anyways, as you can see here, I have a support here. I was hoping it would come to test this support. The bull flag is slightly below. I'm hoping it might touch the support again. We created, and look, you can see we just tapped the bull flag here on SPY. No, on ES, sorry. It confuses me when this pops up above here, but it's for this or whatever. So yeah, I don't think it'll come back down and fill me. If it does, great. If it doesn't, what can I do? But my buy-in is way down here, which is interesting considering, let's back this up to a 515. Great. I forget. This is, we're using Thinkorswim. It's an obnoxious application, and it won't let me show. Okay, let's go to a daily. Maybe that way I can show it. Absolute garbage, man. So you can see how far below I am. Well, you probably can't see it because we're on a daily. So, just absolutely annoying. A 5-day 515 won't show it. No, I regret doing that. Can I undo that? No, I can't, of course not. There's a-hole upstairs dragging furniture around as usual. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'll get filled, maybe I won't, but here's the thing. the 407 for today. No, no. Okay, I'm trying to be patient. Try and be patient. 407 for today. Okay. Remember, I wanted to get filled here at $10. And I kept thinking, should I, shouldn't I, should I, whatever. And as it turns out, I've had more than a few opportunities to get filled at 17, and this thing peaked as high as 47. So let's say I got in at $10 like my original plan was, and I decided to hold out until we reached the Adam Mancini's 4090. I could have made 35 bucks today. It would have made up for the losses, and I would have had another positive day today. Better yet, if I had the wherewithal to get in instead of just one option at 10, to squeeze in two options at 8, which maximizes what I had left in my account, and then sold here at 45, well, there, almost 60 bucks has been made. Oh, it looks like I may get filled. Not that I'm all excited about that, but $18. I know it's a risk. I may end up losing this entire $17. Probably will. And I'm going to swing until tomorrow and see what happens. $4090, $4085 is the approximate spot. It's sort of the last ditch spot where bulls can turn this around. Of course, we still have like 45 minutes, almost an hour left in the market, so I could probably have chosen a lower spot, but I don't know if it's going to go that low. I don't know if I'm going to get filled. You see it just barely touched there. The irony is that here is $18, right? It was $18 here at 407.54. We're like 30 cents, 20 cents below, and it's still at 19. On hovering still at 18, like it doesn't want to change to 17. And look, somehow magically my buy-in gets shoved way down there. Again, there are times when I've seen this happen where when the price goes down, the option goes up in value. And it just blows my mind when that happens. I'll need this to push a little bit lower for me to get filled, and I probably won't. But we'll see. If it gets filled, I'll come back and I'll make the video. Look, now it's back up to 21. How? How? Explain it to me. Make it make sense. If we're at $18, let me put this on the 1 minute. If we're at $18 here, right? This was 306. 306. If we're $18 here, right? How are we at $18 still here? How does that make sense? It's almost like they just didn't want to fill me. It's almost like I'm right. Tomorrow this option is going to be worth like $100 something tomorrow. And they just don't want to fill me, so they don't want to fill in my order. So it's 18 here and somehow 19 here. If it gets filled, I'll come back and make the video. Otherwise, I'll just make the video at the end, the normal ending video. I just want to show this. I need to show this. Do you see my buy limit? Do you see where it is? I'm pretty sure I have a buy limit. And it's gone to 17 twice here, and it's gone to 17 again here. They won't fill me. They won't fill my order. It's the craziest thing. Now it's back to 18. They refuse to fill my order. I mean, if I can't afford it, if I'm finally, finally, I know I might end up losing all this money, but I'm just pissed off by how long it took them to fill me. Now, of course, it goes to 16. So 40904085 is the last. Of course, now it's at 15 and now 14. So it's just funny. It's funny. If I'm in a position long and I'm at $50 and I want to sell at 60 and I put my sell at 60, it'll make its way to 58. If I want to get into a position and I want to get in very bottom and I'm like thinking, okay, maybe 15, 16 is the bottom, but I try and be conservative and put 17. All right, we just hit 4090. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see if tomorrow overnight this thing gets its way back up. I doubt it. I doubt there's any way we're gonna go from 407 to 410. No, what am I saying? My strike is 414. There's no way we're gonna make it 7 points overnight. I doubt it, but we'll see. Well, I'm dealing with many other frustrations, like my garbage iPhone not letting me upload videos, and that's a problem. If I can't upload them, I don't know what else to do because I'm not connecting my iPhone to my computer. Every time I've ever done that, the iPhones collapse or break apart, or not collapse or break apart. The software just is. I just hate Apple. I think Apple's a garbage product. I'm sorry, and I'm already so frustrated. This is a clear, out and out trend day. I was saying how SPY barely ever makes any big moves, and here we have from 414 this morning to 406 now. And by the way, that bounce I was looking for, hopefully, we've already failed. We've already dropped below the bull flag. We've fallen below it on any time chart. 1 minute, 50 minute, we've fallen below. I don't know if some bad news came out today or what the deal is, but we've fallen below even where Adam Mancini said was like the last ditch spot where bulls need to turn it around. So more than likely that swing I took gonna be garbage tomorrow. And remember earlier I took this put at $47 at 11 o'clock this morning. If I held on to it up until now, I would have made over $300. Well, not over $300. I would have made, wait, yeah, I'm sorry. I can't, I'm just so freaking frustrated. Um, this is what I was saying before, is that every time I trade, I go in the wrong direction. If I pick the right direction, I sell too early or sell for a loss. Um, I'm just amazed. I'm just absolutely amazed. We've gone from close to the top of the flag and flipped all the way down to the bottom in one day, and we've dropped below the bottom. The only thing that would make me feel better about this call I took, this swing call, is if the bulls turn this around strong now. Between now and the end of the market, they turn this around and they reclaim at least for 4,100 or something like that. But I don't see that happening. Not especially that I'm in the call for a swing. Oh, and the 407 put, the one I was thinking of getting in, $103. Mind you, $10. $10. Remember I kept saying, well, should I get in? Should I take the trade? Whatever, whatever. We made it up to $103. I probably would have sold earlier, to be honest. I probably would have targeted, 4090. Um, but the fact that we dropped from 4090 to 4080 here, or no, I'm sorry, we went as low as 4078. That's how low we went. 4078. So my $10 option would have doubled my account. Yeah, I can feel the cortisol flowing on my blood and the testosterone dropping. I can just feel this. I've had dreams where these things happen. My nightmares, not nightmares, I've had worse nightmares, but this is what happens to me in my dreams. It's just such a common thing. This is a common theme, and this is why I wonder how anybody makes a success trading. I really do. I took two trades long, $20 loss. I took one trade short, sold too early. I I intended to take another trade short, didn't get filled, or I didn't bother to try. And what a massive profit that would have been. Look at this. From $8. Where is it? Where is it? Here. This is where I wanted to get in. This is where it spiked up. I know I'm tired. I'm tired of doing it too. I'm tired of talking about it. 410 to 405, a 5 point drop. Spiked up. This is what I even asked for this. That's the hilarity of it. In my other video, you saw them in the other video. I'm gonna kind of bind these, but you saw I asked for it to spike up. I said what I really would like to see is this the spike up and would be a false breakout and to come back down. It gave me what I asked for. It gave it to me, and then fell to 4090 and no 4078. You can't make this up. You just can't. Just can't. Okay, market closed. Um, we were able to get back into um, the bottom of the bull flag. What happens after this, I don't know. Um, this is one of the days where I'm sure anybody with half a brain and trading was able to make money. I'm the only fool who is so terrible at this that I lost money today. I'm overall negative, even though I took a trade that should have made me lots of money, and I considered taking another trade that would have taken made me lots of money. Um, yeah, this is why I'm documenting this because I'm clearly terrible at this. I don't know what I'm doing, and I should probably give up. So I don't even feel like going over everything again. I already did. I already went over everything. I'm in a position now, long, targeting 415 tomorrow, which is no way we're gonna hit that tomorrow. Um, Maybe we might make it back up there on Monday, but I probably just threw away my $17 as well. So, yeah.